Excellent connection is funny in a joke. Cause, no it's not. I can probably throw down a thing. We'll be right back, is what I would say. I've received no notification. We're chilling. Hi, hello. Hi, good game you. A familiar face. Good stuff. Happy to see it. Thank you. I am also excited to do stream stuff. In particular, I'm excited to ink, color, shade, all the shenanigans that come with our AI silver. Which I should probably grab what we're basing this off of and throw it on screen. Let me do that. Also, I'm eating lunch. I got sausage. I loved your 4 shorts videos. Buddy, I've made more than 4. But for the 4 that you've seen, I appreciate it. What's up, K Browning? What's going on, big dog? Let me check something. Hold on. It's a test. Oh, it's not flush? That's crazy. Huh. Yeah. Alright, whatever. It's gonna have to do. Alright. K Browen. Nope. It's some words in my channel from offensive words. I don't know what that means, K Browning. Do you have a live censorship going? If I drop the F-bomb right here, will it go through? Browning is your last name? You wanna know what my last name is? I'll give you a hint. It starts with C. Give me a guess. Guess what my last name is. Oh, and by the way, is the audio good? I can only hear it on my end because I have it going through my headphones, so I don't have to listen to it on loop. Because if I put it on there and then also have my mic, it'll like go up. Guys, chill. Wish there was a way to know how loud that was. K Browning, he said he's sorry. Cut him some slack. Let's not fight in the chat. We literally just started. I'm going to add in a shape. Would be helpful. Let's actually turn that down a little bit. There we go. It's better. Better, 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 better. Your last name is Browning. My last name, let's just go ahead and say it, is Cox. Yup. Good. Good, good, good. Alright, chat. Let me set up the cast. All right, we're happy now. We're in. We're in. All right. All right. All right. Good, good, good. Let's go window capture. I'll name this sucker iPad. And we are on our way. K Browning and Good Game U, how has your day been so far? Oh, excuse me. Okay. Wow. That's you. There's no easy way for us to really have that down. Whatever, it's gonna have to do. I guess I could set up a mask. Alright, let me go ahead and snag the pictures we need of Silver. Kate Brennan's a really great question, and Good Game U has answered it. I actually just started drawing the 7th human children from Undertale. I have 2 of the human child souls down now. That will be Patient and Bravery. I'm moving on to Integrity. Very cool. Very cool. I love Undertale. Always have. Oh shoot. It's gone. Boo. Undertale is great. I love the whole human souls bit and Asgore. You're fixing what I hate about AI art. The fact that it is AI. Good job. Well, hi, Booster Boy Louie. Welcome, new member, indeed. Let me throw up. Not okay. Let me put on screen the pictures of AI that we found of Silver. And so you have a kind of a reference of why he has a wizard staff. Let's see here. Oh no, where's it go? It's gone. No. Okay. Curses. Looks like I need to email this to myself. Alright. Hold on, y'all. A Kirby OC? Good game UI. I have not heard of Kirby OCs. Right. Okay. Hey, do you guys want to see a little preview of the next video I'm working on? Because I have a couple parts of the video done, and I kind of want to show them to you guys. But I'm thinking maybe I should wait. Yes, I would love to see it. I will show it to you then, my friend. Let me just... yoink. Emailing myself something, hold on. Our reference photos. Alright, cool. Sent. Sneezed earlier. Let me blow my nose. Bleh. Unrelated to the sickness thing, this sneezing is. I wasn't physically sick, I was just physically ill. There is a difference. Right, okay, so check this out. Check this out. So this is this is number 1. This is hint 1. This is hint 2. Can you guys tell me whose shoes these are? They're Sonic shoes. Ugh, that's right, K. Browning. What about these, huh? Whose shoes are these? Booster Boy Louie, those are not Eggman shoes. You lose the game. Shadow, yes. Yes, good game, you. Let's move up a level, alright? Whose are these? Whose shoes are these? So, what I'm doing is, I have drawn 20 different pairs of shoes. And I have drawn them so they all fit this exact like little layout. Like one shoe is just nicely sitting right next to the other. Metal Sonic, correct. Ding, ding, ding. Drawing these take me way longer than you'd think. Because the perspective has to be perfect. But I did it. I've drawn them. Now let's move up a little harder. A little harder. Whose shoes are these? What I'm doing is I'll have about 20, maybe 25 of these. And I'm going to go ahead and grab, like, I'm going to try and get Chow Mix or Addy or just a bunch of popular Sonic tubers. Vector, right? Correct. Booster Boy Louie? That is correct. Bam. And it'll move up in difficulty. So those were the easy ones. And then it'll get really hard because we'll go into like Riders, we'll go into ITW characters, we'll go into like Black Knight, like counterparts, Olympic Games versions. So these are just the easy mode previews that I have. But I'll give you a little harder one. Whose shoes are these? Gotcha, Louis. Those are Bean. Bam! I was actually not expecting you to get that, Louis. Well done. Well done. Good game, you and K Browning. Failed. Bam. But Louis got it. They're Bean the Duck shoes. They look like Sonic's, but they're not. Cool. So now you guys like know the video. It'll be me. Bean is also one of my favorite Sonic characters, Louis. I love Bean the Duck. Have you read Archie, Louis? Because if you read Archie, then I understand why you like him so much. Bean is a woodpecker. Bean is not a woodpecker. Everyone's wrong. Everyone says that. No, Bean is a duck. The reason they say he's a woodpecker is because it is rumored that his grandfather is a woodpecker from the game. No, it's from something. I forget where they get woodpecker from, but like, look at his design. His beak's not pointy. He's not a woodpecker. A woodpecker would have a pointy beak. He does not. He's a duck. His grandfather comes from a game called Dynamite Ducks, etc., etc. Archie calls him a duck all the time. IDW doesn't call him anything, just calls him the Dynamite because mercenary name, I guess. Alright, so that's kind of the video. It'll be me and a couple other Sonic YouTubers, and I'll be quizzing them on how well they recognize Sonic off of their feet. And that'll be a good time. So, you know, looking forward to that. Any Hoosers, let's do the little streamy do. As soon as I snag these two images, let me take that and I'm gonna throw this in here. I'm gonna go ahead and split it in half. Oh, you know what? Let me lock a bunch of these things, just so I can't click on it. Good, 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 good. Okay. Yoink. Throw that here. Yoink. I'll throw that here. Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bump is just like to get away with the the hello text, unfortunately. I'm thinking I might just remove the stream layout, which I normally wouldn't do, but considering what's going on, I might gotta just pop it out of here. No. No. Keep that thing big. Oh yeah. Alright, chat. What are we talking about? Get the prank, your Sonic friends, how well do they know Sonic? Higa Gamer U, since you joined Curry, you'll see Silver having a staff like that kind of works well as powers, I cannot lie. Yeah. I don't know why AI felt the need in like every generation of this dude to give him a staff. Because again, as we all know, you know, AI is pulling from the internet. It's trying to figure out, okay, what does this character look like? It has to be trained in information. So like, how do I get all that? So why does it give him in every single generation? Like, it's 100% certain that this guy has a staff. I can't even remember Silver ever using like a bow staff at some point, let alone a wizard staff. But regardless, we have given him one. I can see the Undertale meme song is catching up to you. Yeah. Yeah, I've been jamming to that. Driving in my car right after a beer. Hey, that bump, it looks like a deer. But absolutely vibing. I do really hope that Asgore becomes one of like the most important characters in terms of the Dark World. I think Asgore hysterical if he was a secret boss fight, but I think narratively what's probably likely is that he will end up joining the team in the Dark World at some point to help them with whatever, because he just really wants to support his son. So that's super cool. The Sonic staff, the only Sonic character I can think of who has a staff is Heavy King. Yeah, okay. I mean, if we're not counting Archie, I know post-reboot King Acorn has a staff. Ixis Nagas obviously has a staff, but assuming just regular canon stuff, yeah, Heavy King is the only one I can think of. I really hope Asgore becomes canon at some point. Him running over deaths, that is. Louis, you know who else has a staff? He's a really unimportant character, but I do remember this. The village elder of Windmill Village from IDW. The guy who takes in Mr. Tinker. Yeah. That guy had a staff. Okay, let's get drawing, shall we? Been teased enough. It's time to go. Hello? Hold on. You've not read much IDW yet, just Archie? Well, my friend, get on it. Because it's really, really good. Oh. Sorry. I'm dumb, chat. I was staring at my iPad like, why is nothing happening? What's happening? Because my ink color was set to white. This is gonna be so tough. Yeah, Rylan. It was Rylan. I remember that. Yeah, Rylan. So we're gonna start inking today. So we're just gonna go off of what we have and kind of move on from there. Yeah. So let's get into it. You guys are free to just, you know, chat it up. Do what chat does. Running around with my curved line tool. What music are you guys listening to? I don't have my headphones in, but I'll put them on. What is this? This isn't Sonic Mania, is it? No, it totally is. No, this is Carnival Night Zone. Yeah, that's Carnival Night. My Sonic's OCs in your AU comes from... Where's it come from? I did, however, watch the Metal Virus Saga on the Adrenaline Dubs channel. Adrenaline Dubs is awesome. I have a couple of their merch. I'm a stupid grammar? What? Relax, bud. This is a safe space. Wait, Sonic AU or Sonic OC? Because those are different things. I used to draw on paper all the time. Like, that was the only thing that I ever did. Until I decided, is the art that I can make on paper good enough to sell? And, oh, shove it on the wrong layer. Oh, no! And when I decided, yes, it is good enough to sell, then I decided, okay, now I'm ready for the next step, and I moved on to iPad. Or I should say, just digital art. I happen to use an iPad. You don't have to. I think oh shit. I think an iPad Touch. iPad Touch, as if they're not all touch. An iPad Pro, I mean, is the easiest, probably the least expensive option if you're trying to draw on digital. I used to draw on paper, but eventually switched to making pixel art, and now I'm making sprites for a Sonic fan game. Ooh! That's so cool. Louis, are you able to tell us any more? I would love to hear about this Sonic fan game. That sounds really awesome. For my Kirby OC, what's just for fun? The Undertale one I'm doing with 7 Human Children. I'm actually gonna make a real story for that, in my opinion. Okay, that's cool. And right now I've created a Sonic fanfiction series of a comic, but I would never show to the internet. Never! I cannot say much. You'll have to wait until Sonic Driftstorm releases. Well, that's enough for me. Sonic Driftstorm sounds cool. Those are two cool words, drift and storm, and you would put them both together. Consider me interested. Did you know that I have also made a fan comic? Or at least, I have made the script for it. I have a script that I'm making, and I have a script that I'm done with. The script that I'm done with is called The Gun and the Silver Bullet, and it is the... You guys know how in Sonic canon, the world is full of both humans and the Mobians, but like we just never see the Mobians because whatever. For that exact same reason, it was so weird when we had characters like, I forget her name. She's the archaeologist that came out recently that everyone was like, oh, there's a human in the new Tails tube. Oh my god. That, and also in, I forget what it was, but Eggman had this voice line. I don't think it was actually in a game. It might have been in Sonic Frontiers. It might have been something else, but Eggman has this voice line where he's like, oh yeah, during Sonic Forces, when I took over the planet, you know, I really put Gun in its place. So Gun is still around. Like, we know that to be a thing. So, I wrote a script on what Gun is up to during the events of Sonic Unleashed. Because that's, like, if there was anything that Gun would stick their hands into, it's the Unleashed problem, because they are the world's kind of like united military. They do a lot of humanitarian work. If the world's falling apart, people are getting displaced, and there's a lot of like monsters at night. That's the thing that Gun would handle. So I'm amazed that Gun's not in it. But because, you know, Sonic Unleashed going forward really had less and less humans, that was when they dropped Pixar people, and then we never saw people again. So I wanted to make a story about Gun. I think that'd be really, really fun. So I wrote a script involving Team Dark and what they're up to. Like, it follows Team Dark. And Shadow specifically is sent out to go handle the Werehog, because they don't know what it is. It's just this being of like very highly concentrated, because I mean, they know that Dark Gaia energy is bad, right? And a lot of it turns into one of the nightmarish creatures that come out of the ground at nighttime. So when they see Sonic running around just chock full of stuff, they're like, Shadow, go kill that thing. And then Shadow just can't find it, and it's a really cool plot, because he does eventually find out that it's Sonic. It's very interesting. I would love to make it into a comic sometime, and I plan to. I'm just very busy. The script that I would love to make, that I have a very rough outline of, is, you guys know the Storybook series, right? Here, let me read what Kay Browning's been talking about. I think we're heading out now. It's movie night. Need some snacks. Oh, Louie, I'm sorry. I probably missed you leave. Adios, dude. Toodles. I wish I said hi and goodbye to you. You were probably waiting on a response. I apologize. Kay Browning is saying that his AU... Shadow never existed. Amy smokes. Rouge Amy exists because I ship it. Okay. You're gonna make Werehog, Sonic, and Shadow fight. I was still here. I'm patient. Don't worry. See ya. Bye, Louie. My apologies. Are you gonna make Werehog, Sonic, and Shadow fight? Oh, I'm not gonna make them. They already have. Again, the script is done. I need to put it to comics sometime. Let's actually have this eye bubble kind of go from a different direction. Let's have it pop up from here. Yeah. That's good. I apologize to anyone if I'm making you motion sick. I flip around a lot. Bigger than that. That's good. Let's work on this hand while we're here. Oof, that is a big stub. That is definitely not a finger. You know, I did have UTL's workshop with Brick's house with purple roof. That house is my use Rouge's house. Cool. Purple roof. Rouge is kind of purple. Makes sense. I feel like his thumb is just too long. But then again, maybe it's the perfect... Maybe I just messed up the shape and that's why it looked like that. If this wraps up this way, then that would come in like that, and then this would go across. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We can like bend that around. These are his weird like golden bangles that he has in each one of these. Same thing's gonna happen in my Undertale AU story. You know how you do the pacifist run if you save everyone, use the souls to even break the barrier? Yes. Yes, I do. When I played Undertale for the first time, let's say first time. Only time. I did the pacifist route from the get-go. To this day, I've never done genocide route. Just don't care. I like these characters. I don't want to hurt them. I don't want to do the genocide route. I'm a nice person. Instead, the sixth human child rebuilds their bodies? Question mark. Okay, Brownie, so that's my very small info of AU. Still draw for my AU like a year now. Cool. Cool. What I meant was that they rebuilt the human bodies. Okay. Just the human souls glowing and they'll build back the human bodies the way they were. Cool. What designs are you doing for the other ones? Like, the yellow soul. I don't know which thing it is, whether it's integrity or bravery or courage or whatever. Will that end up looking like the player character from Undertale Yellow? Or will it just be your original design? Also, back to my important Sonic fanfiction, Rouge is the most important character in this. I would imagine if you're doing a Rouge Ash and Amy fanfic. Tune, hey, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. I love seeing familiar faces. What's up, Tune? We are working on taking AI slop and making it into... I don't have anything that rhymes with slop, just good, better artwork. And Tune to get you up to speed. K Browning and Good Game U here have been chatting about their personal fanfics and AUs for Undertale and Sonic and etc. And I've kind of just been lending an ear. Mm-hmm. Dude, this whole thing is gonna be so weird to do. Okay, actually wasn't that bad. Never mind. Hey T, not to throw you under the bus here, but do you have... Not throw you under the bus, put you on the spot. Do you have any Sonic OCs, interesting fan stories, etc. to share with the class? Because the class is interested. At least I'm interested. I'm very interested. I love hearing about what you guys make. Nope. Go right ahead, K. Browning. Tell us. Yeah. Adding the Chaos Emerald design. Chapter 1 is Earth. Rouge and IOC meet. Chapter 2, Life After Rouge. Some people life after, but on Life After People, but for Rouge. Does Rouge die? Yeah, Good Game U is saying what I'm thinking. Like, you seem to really like this. So like, why don't you put it out on the internet? That's very nice and wonderful. You just have to, good job. Yeah. I'm good at drawing, Tiyun. I'm not very good at drawing, says Tiyun. Unfortunately, I'm not very creative. That's fine. Here's a question for you, K. Browning, that I literally just asked, but I'm gonna ask again. Why don't you put it out there for the world to see? Because people like that stuff. They really do. You never know what doors that could open. We all gotta start somewhere, you know? I started on, I might be dating myself here, but the Sonic Amino. If you know what Amino is, you're at least like 25. And I would ask people if I could just draw their character, and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, sure." And then I would. It'd be awesome. Oh shit. There we go. All right. No problem, I just have a certain epiphany. Oh, whoa, what's happening here? Chapter 3, Beyond After Rouge, where the moon hath life, and revive Rouge with your sea. Don't worry about it, practice perfectly, destroy your favorite video game character. Thanks. Yep. Hey, Tiyun. So, you don't have the creative spark, whatever. What do you like doing? Tell us. Tell us. You will never see my true drawings. Unless you're on Discord. Unless you're on Discord. I play video games. Hell yeah, Tiyun. What is your favorite video game? My favorite video game is A Hat in Time. And that's why I use its music for my outro music in every video. Let me see here. Do these silver images have like No, the backs of the shoes do not kind of pull up as a lot of Sonic characters do. Super Smash Bros. Is my favorite game. I don't call it video games because that sounded weird. It's whatever. Smash Bros. Is good. Definitely one of my all-time favorites. I grew up on Brawl, never played 4, and am goated at Ultimate. Favorite game is Nintendo Land? Dude, okay. Okay. One of my wife's favorite games of all time is Nintendo Land. And I was like, it has like 5 games on it, and they're just tiny mini games. What's so good about this? And then I would like talk to a bunch of other people, and I asked them what their favorite game is, and they said the same thing. It's Nintendo Land. I had a friend over just the other day, and he said, "Yo, Nintendo Land? I love Nintendo Land." Now you're saying Nintendo Land. What is it with Nintendo Land? I mean, I gotta say, I like the Animal Crossing game. The Luigi's Mansion's fun. Legend of Zelda swinging that sword bit. They're good little mini games. I like them. But everyone's like, "Oh, I love Nintendo Land. It's crazy." Want to hear my reason why I loved it? Tell me, Cape Running. Why do you like Smash Bros. So much? Dune, it's a good question. I don't actually know. Do you have a favorite series? Maybe? Because, like, Sonic isn't my favorite game, but it's definitely my favorite series. My favorite attraction was the Pikmin Adventure. I can't remember what that one is. You'll have to remind me. The Vibes fits After School, which I created in my own headcanon, which I will explain. You mean later? Unless there's some time travel shenanigans going on, I don't think you mean sooner. Okay. Just gonna wrap this around. The perspective we're looking at here. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't like that, dude. I do not like how his hair looks, because it's so obscured by this thing that you cannot read what his hair is doing. I'd rather it go really high up. Because, like, even here, it's, like, covered by his arm. Like, all of this is unseen. So I'm going to pull up from right here. It's pulling up in each one. That's so weird. But he's still flying, so I don't really care. Alright, you can see more of it this way. Whatever. Still not the biggest fan, but whatever. It's fine. Favorite series would be Luigi's Mansion. That's awesome. I have never played a Luigi's Mansion game. Never have. I've wanted to. I think that looks really cool, but I just never have. For my headcanon of After School, it's about esports, religion, and Smash Bros. Goes from 3:15 to 7:55. 4:30 was an important time after school of hope and good luck. Okay. Only thing Spider-Man 2 with friends in Roblox. Sounds like a good game. I got it, bud. You said after school. I would imagine that's not 3:15 a.m. 2:07 p.m. in Cincinnati. What are you guys talking about? What does that mean? I was unaware that Ohio uses Eastern time because it's so far west comparatively. I was like, really? It's not Central? I'm from South Florida, so obviously Eastern time. I'm on the East Coast. But my parents are currently in Ohio for the week. They're vacationing there to see. I think it's like just in Kentucky actually, but they touched down in Ohio. It was the Ark Encounter. It's like Old Testament Bible stuff. And they were like, "Oh yeah, no, we're still in Eastern time," and I was like, "That's crazy." Anyway, chapter 5, where my OC, Rouge, and others go to a planet 510 light years away to a planet full of purple cats. Turn of plays in big. Chapter 6 is based on SA2. Chapter 7 is based on Hero. Chapter 8 is based on 06. Okay. Those are big stories to fit in just one chapter. But, alright, if you say you can do it. If bro can do it. Bro can do. Ooh. Mamma mia. Hold on, guys. I just remembered. I actually have yet to contact any of my Sonic YouTuber friends. Let me do that. Hold on. I hate to just be boring streamer man, but I gotta do something on my phone for a second. Do you guys like my phone background? You like my sticker? I like Tails. Bam. Tails. Yes, love your sticker. You're not a boring, strange man. Hi, Wispy. What's going on, man? Silver's looking really nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. We, if you couldn't obviously tell from the stuff at the bottom, we're taking random, not good AI generations of characters, and we're redrawing them with our human hands to make them better. So we're inking. We're about to start coloring, and shading shouldn't take that long. We'll probably be working on the next one before the video ends. Yeah. Right now, though, I'm contacting someone. I have a video idea coming out, and I forgot to text some people. And it's like 3 p.m. on a Friday, so before the weekend hits, I gotta do this. Alright, you know what? I'm going to throw this on. And I'm going to go run to the bathroom. So I'll let this just play. Give me like 5 minutes. Alright? I'll be... Okay, I'm back. I think some people walked in. Apologies. We're drawing. Wispy's here. Cream is here. Cool, cool. What are you guys talking about since I've been gone? Let's read the chat real quick. Hold on. What do we got going on here? You guys were chatty. Whoa. My favorite song will have to be Your Idol from K-Pop Demon Hunters. I think Your Idol is overrated. And Golden is not high enough. Or maybe it's number 1. I forget which one it is. K-Pop Demon Hunters has like 5 of their songs currently in the top 100. Which is crazy, because this is the first time a fictional band has hit the top 100 list since Hannah Montana, guys. But one of them is like just at the 100 spot, and I'm like, it should be higher. Should be higher. No, but I've had Golden stuck in my head for days. We're going up is our moment. I can't sing that well, but you get the idea. And no, I love it. I love it. Really, really good. It's on Netflix. If you guys can go watch it, go watch it. I'm not into K-pop either, Kate Browning. I didn't really care. In fact, I don't really know what K-pop was. I kind of just assumed it was just, well, Korean pop. But not necessarily the case. If you've ever listened to any anime openings, you might hear them like swap to English for a line or two. And it's kind of odd. I don't know why they do that. But K-pop is kind of the same way, just in reverse. It's English pop, but every once in a while they will have a Korean line. But it's not like a Korean dub. It's really good. Just go watch it. Go watch it. Don't take my word for it. Do it yourself. One of my favorite songs is definitely Free. I love the duo. Hello, Cream. Hello. If you have the power to delete one Sonic game, which would you pick? Probably Sonic Chronicles, The Dark Brotherhood. Just because of all the problems that came up following it. All the legal stuff. A lot of people think certain things about Knuckles because of it, but it's just not the case anymore. So I would probably just delete it to make things easier. For me, SA2, that's a crazy line. That's absolutely crazy. Sonic Forces is an interesting pick. So Sonic Forces is one of my is the most frustrating game in Sonic I can think of, because story-wise it has the most content out of all of them. It is a 6-month war. Sonic is tortured in jail in space. We have, again, it's war, right? There's a lot of stuff there. Gun gets put in their place, according to Eggman. And all of it takes place off screen. All of it. It is infuriating. Absolutely. SA2 is the worst Sonic game ever because Amy plays a small role. Untrue. Amy makes Shadow be good. That's not a small role. That's a very important role. Yeah. If you have the power to bring one thing from one different franchise into the Sonic franchise, what would it be? That is a good question. I have no idea. I like it the way it is. Nothing in particular that I'd want to bring. Yeah. No, I'm happy. You had every song stuck in your head every day. I assume you're talking about from K-pop Demon Hunters. In which case, I understand. Okay. Okie dokie. I need to make one more text. But before I do, why don't we just finish up this foot? Because it's the last thing needs to be done. Is this section here. I would play K-pop Demon Hunters music for you guys, but unfortunately it is very copyrighted. So that's kind of a big no-no. Damn it. It's back in my head again. We're gonna be golden. We're gonna Cause we are hunters, voices strong and I know I believe we're going up, it's our moment. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Peak. Behold. What do you mean by SA2? Yeah, it's Sonic Adventure 2. Your Idol's really good. Yeah, it's stuck in my head. I mean, it's a fine song. I just think the other ones are better. Alright, give me just a second. I need to contact someone else. And by someone else, I mean Xiaomix. Do you guys watch those guys? You guys like watch Xiaomix and stuff? I just opened up Twitter. This is the first thing on my timeline. Napalm Bomb. Ah, yes, Tails Adventure, my beloved. Anyway. And I'm back, as promised. Yeah, it's been a month. I dislike every SA2 video that it's most loved to show. I hate SA2. That's so mean. The videos didn't make SA2. Talking about some characters to their own games since it doesn't do much. I still think Knuckles deserves his own game. I think a Knuckles game would do really well. Amy has her own game called American Made. No, K Browning, you know what they mean. Guys, a silver game would not do well. As much as I like a silver game, it wouldn't do well. Because a silver game would not be a speed-based game, so it wouldn't come off as a good Sonic game. It would come off as more Ratchet and Clank. Which is fine, but Sega has done a Ratchet and Clank style game before. It's called Sonic Boom Rides of Lyric, and it's arguably the worst game they've ever made. I simply do not trust them to make a silver game. It's that simple. I love Silver. He's my favorite character. That's why I picked him to draw, but I don't think he's going to get his own game. I don't want him to get his own game if Sega's going to make it. I'm the only Sonic fan who doesn't like Sonic himself because he's overused. I get that. We talked about that last time. Alright. See you in a bit, K Browning. XO9. XON9? XON9. Hi. Hi. Welcome. That's so weird. It doesn't pop up in the YouTube chat. It just popped up in the stream chat. That is very weird. What's your guys' favorite ship? Guys, I'm a Son Amy fan. Always have been. Always have been. In fact, when I was reading Archie, and Sonic and Sally are together for most of it, there came a point where Sally and Ken Khan started to get together, and Sonic started to drift toward Amy, and I was like, yes! And that is still the best possible outcome for Archie. Son Amy is just, I mean, Amy was literally made for Sonic. Call me basic, but that's what it is. And Silver and Blaze, I also agree with. They are hinted to be a couple now, which is fun. In IDW, they went on that date around the world. So that's lovely. I think everyone universally agrees on Vector and Vanilla, which is nice. Yeah. Oh shit. Give me just a second, guys. I am snagging something. Might look kind of weird, but I want Silver's head to be more rounded. It's like too flat. There we go. That's better. Okay, let's start coloring, shall we? So we have these colors here. These guys. Now, which one do we want to do? Do we have... I think we went with these shoes. So let's go ahead and grab kind of the color that's here, which is kind of a grayish blue, and apply that to Burrow's shoe. And then he does have the gold rings. These golden bangles. Superpower can automatically tell if something's AI. Well, I sure hope so. We definitely need more people like you. I like Charmy and Cream. I do too. I think, like, cute little boy liking the cute little girl is cute, you know? It's also a debate between Knuckles and Rouge the Bat. It's also between Shadow and Rouge the Bat. Okay, Shadow does not like Rouge. Does not like Rouge. They are strictly co-workers. Shadow does not care. Knuckles and Rouge for life, though. I'm a huge fan of that. Random person that can't read here. How do you feel about AI art? Reglant, hello. I don't like AI art at all. That's what the thumbnail says. I hate it. I think it's very bad. I think AI art, its quality is really, really good. Actually, these images are from about 8-ish months ago, maybe more. And it was, it has come leaps and bounds that sometimes in video you can't even tell what's real or not. And I think that's scary and morally not great. So I am taking a bunch of AI pictures of my favorite character, and I have a few others, and we are redrawing them with human hands to make them better than they are, to prove that humans can do what AI can do, and I'm not a big fan. So that's that. To answer your question, yeah, Anyway, he is still silver in all of these, which is grand. So let's go ahead and grab this. He has very, very blue eyes. They're teal like his powers. Teal? I guess. So let's go ahead and add that. Yeah. Here, give me just a second. I gotta close the door. Ugh. Silver the Wand be a fire storybook character? Mage Silver? Yeah. I think in something like the Black Knight, if they made Silver Merlin and not the unused Galahad, that'd be way cooler. Way cooler. The string broke for half. I don't know what that means. And then he's got this just glowing ball of magic for whatever reason. Oh wait, is the staff completely silver or is it like a wooden staff? No, it's silver all the way down. Ah, but this stuff is golden. Like his bangles. Yes. There we go. Then I'll go ahead and take some creative liberties here and make that lovely. Is red used anywhere else in his design? I might not, just for... Yeah, no, nowhere else. In that case, we'll just continue using that color. Or not. Oh, yes. Good game. You, Christmas. Ah, it's you. Yes, Christmas. I love Christmas. Okay. That's fine, I guess. So they're just white? It's so lame. Let's go a little bit silver here. Oh, whoops, wrong one. These. Okay. So for the most part, that's kind of it. Now all we need to do is start shading. And shading's gonna make all the difference. Silver's one of those characters who looks really, really basic. Oh, whoa. The hell? Tune, to answer your question, we started last stream with the sketch, and then today we started inking. But I'm realizing that he looks way whiter on your screen than he does mine. That's so odd. Like, there doesn't look like there's any difference here. Any at all. That's crazy. That looks better. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make him just a little tone darker because you can't even tell he's colored on your screen. That's crazy. Anyway, there you go. Alright, so this is silver so far. Our little AI boy. Yeah. So let me go ahead and just add in some darker colors. We'll take the blue of this thing, I guess. Just for the emerald here. I want to remove all these lines. And instead, for you, let's throw down this, go to white, and then add in these. So it looks like that. There we go. I like that more. Okay. Great, so let's start shading. Oh, no. Okay. Yeah, cool. Cool. Coolio. Nice. So I'm going to add a new layer for shading. And we're going to start going ham on his body here. That is a fine color for silver shading. Let's go ahead and pull that up. It'll go around and then down like that. And then it'll connect around over here. I might choose to thin that out. Probably thin that out. We'll see. Yeah. Pull that down a bit. We can go ahead and color this entire thing in. It is entirely behind his head. Along with this section for his body. Very much covered. Which means we are also able to tur here. That's what was bothering me. This is also all covered. So, whatever there. His tail. Less covered. Same goes with his leg, kind of fully covered here by the bangles. Yeah. RTZ, hi! Hi, RTZ. How long have you been in the chat? I've been looking down at my screen. Hi. Oh, how long have I been drawing in general? I don't know, all my life. I was that kind of kid that my teachers had to tell me to put away my pencil box because I was always doodling. Yeah, so probably all my life. No, I think I'm just gonna color this entire inside. Not darker. It's not exposed to the light at all, so there's no point for it not to be. But if that's the case, then I should probably run that around the whole thing here. That's all covered by itself. It's in its own shadow. Son Ilver? No. So, Plitz. Hi, Plitz. You're new, I think. So, we are taking terrible AI creations and we are drawing it with our actual real human hands to prove that we can still do things. We don't need AI for it. So we have drawn here kind of a pseudo silver. We are making what it thinks silver is, so that. I have the references right there. Yeah. So we're kind of like combined all of them into this guy, and that's what we're doing at the moment. So nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. Just drawn. I have K-pop Demon Hunter stuck in my head thanks to one of the guys in chat. Make that small. It doesn't be 30. We might put it 20. Yeah. Where's the light coming from? Kind of that way? Okay. We know who the heck is. That's funny. Who the heck is AI Silver? Who is this guy? It's not my Silver. So do you guys like the Who the Heck Is Anyway series? How do you guys feel about that? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on the thing that really got me popular online. Sing my praises. I'll use blur. I mean airbrush. Has my series taught you anything? I guess is my main question. Because that was kind of the goal, right? Is for people to learn about my favorite series. No, I do not like these bangles. You guys want to know the reason why I made the Who the Heck Is Anyway series? There's a genuine reason. I didn't just make it like for content purposes. Yes, we, as in all of us, love the Who the Heck Is series. Well, I appreciate your level of enthusiasm. The reason I made the series, I mean, yeah, I'm more than happy to like teach people things about my favorite series, but the actual reason I made it is because my mother, she's like 60. She doesn't really know a whole lot about how to read comics. It's hard for her. She doesn't get it, right? But she really does want to enjoy the things that I enjoy because I'm her son. She loves me. It's a very nice sentiment. So I decided that I would make a short series of bite-sized content for her to learn about who all these characters are and why I like them so much. It happened to then do really well, and I have been kind of blowing up in popularity ever since, but that's the actual reason. It's because of my mom. Bro, every time someone says who the heck is, I think I'm watching one of your shorts. Damn. I apologize for infecting your mind. No, I don't. I don't apologize for anything. Good. I'm on YouTube channel right now. I have a battle going on. Video game battle. Choose my character. Oh, I don't know. Fucking Papyrus from Undertale. Not gonna lie, after I saw the short about Black Doom, I've been extra observant that you don't get anything wrong. Did I get something wrong in the Black Doom video? Was it the... he was brought back by Time Eater thing, and not that he was brought back regularly? Time Eater just accelerated his plans, which... I think I clipped that in the comment section. I was like, yeah, by the way, slight edit. Not the case. Tune, I have to go, unfortunately, because it's already late for me. I hope I can watch again next time. No problem, Tune. Adios. Have a good time. I will see you on Tuesday from 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time. And we'll probably be doing more of this, unless you guys decide something else. Cream, hi everyone. Hi, Cream. Hello. I saw you earlier. It's good to see you again. Gonna continue. I'm also doing that for my indie animation studios and some of the other characters I have now. Uzi and Ed Murder Drone. I haven't seen Murder Drones. It never looked particularly interesting to me. I might go ahead and watch it regardless, just to see what the hype is about. I like Liam Vickers. I like Liam Vickers a lot. Liam Vickers made a pilot series called Cliffside, and I like it way more than Murder Drones. Riftical Rex, hello, hi, welcome to the stream. We're making AI art better than AI. Yes, the Time Meter thing. I have a Jax and Pomni cosplay. Those are very different builds, so I'd be amazed if you have both. How do you draw Jax again? Let me try and draw him from memory. Chat, you're gonna watch me fail, but it'll be funny, so... He is quite literally just like circle 1, rabbit ear, circle 2, rabbit ear, and then just what, kind of like ever so yellowed teeth, I think. Yeah, this is abysmal. Is that it? I forget what Jax looks like. I don't remember a whole lot about its design. Mamma mia. What a disgusting little rabbit that I have drawn. I think Jax looks fine. Honestly, I hate AI. The only time I need it, it's been desperate need. AI is not necessarily bad. It's AI generation. There is a big, big difference. Anyway, I gotta go now. Don't fall towards Earth without my permission. Plitz. I don't even know what that means, but I won't. Adios, Plitz. And I would dress this character so the one character will either have to be a video game or animation. So if you have those two people, okay. Only one character gets to win. Papyrus. Go be Papyrus. I don't know. AI is not necessarily bad. AI generation is. There are people who would be glad to do it for you. And really, it's just a thing that humans should innately be good at. Like, blah, blah, blah. So, things like AI art, I don't like because humans should be able to do that themselves. I don't need AI to do that for me. I'd like AI to do my taxes. I'd like AI to clean my house. I personally do use AI to make my shorts dialogue. But then, like, I always go back and I edit it so it's all correct because it's, you know, usually wrong. But it does save me like hours of time, which is just like typing and figuring out the timing of everything and blah blah blah. So AI is good, it has its uses, But AI generation's not good, and I don't support it. Very bad. Sayonara, Canon, the construction. Bye, Blitz. Have fun being dramatic somewhere else. Question, what's your favorite Sonic AU in character design? There is an AU that I saw when I was a kid that I straight up have not seen since. And I do not know what it was. Again, I haven't seen it again. But it was kind of like a Wasteland AU. Let me pull up something here. So, let me open my display. It's a whole lot of text right now. Can I... Ooh, you know what? Actually, better idea. Way better idea. I can just go to my... Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Don't you leave. I ain't done yet. Let me open up here a window capture. I'll just call it the internet for a second. We're going to go take a look at my portfolio. I have a portfolio because I'm an artist. I hope that's not surprising. Let me just throw this underneath my stream layout. Yeah. Okay. So behold, this is the internet and this is my portfolio. Now I have drawn the AU, which is how I can answer your question. So if I go to... No, it's not game development. I've made a game, by the way. I am a game dev. If anyone's interested, I do have a game. It's called Can I Find a Girl Who Isn't a Bug Monster in a World Invaded by Praying Mantis Shapeshifters. It's a long-ass title for a really short game. It's about 2.5 hours, or at least the demo is. And it is a really absurd dating simulator where you also try to not die. Would recommend. It's on itch.io. The link to my portfolio here is on YouTube. You are more than likely to go find it. But in the bottom of digital art, here we go. Here's all of my artwork. Bibbidi bobbidi boop. Let's see here. Meshi, blah blah blah. Oh shit, I gotta redo this because I have since re-uploaded it. But I think it's toward the very bottom. Here it is. Let's go ahead and open that in a new tab. Bam! This was from 5 years ago, is when I drew this. Off of something that I hadn't seen for another 5 years. I do not remember where it is. I just remember it looked like this. So to answer your question, what is my favorite AU? It is a silver, is an old, not old, mid-age 30s, a mechanic just in the wastelands, and he's got cool goggles. So that is my favorite AU. To answer your question, that would be my favorite. Yeah. Anyway, back if anyone's interested, because I want you to be interested. Here's my portfolio. We're gonna scroll through this. That's my boy. A lot of these are for sale, by the way. Like any of the posters that you'll see, I do have physical copies of, and you are allowed to buy. Sonic Prime, this one is particular, I really like. I'm not a big fan of Sonic Prime, but this one has more sentimental value than it does anything else, simply because Sam Procrastinates has it in his house, up on a wall. If you watched his stream of Sonic's 34th anniversary back on June 23rd, about halfway through the video he goes over a bunch of the stuff that he has collected over the years, and my poster is one of them. So that's super cool. I really like that. Big fan. Arcane. I love Arcane. Again, poster, print. I have that signed by Roger Craig Smith. I worked at a bakery once in my city, and they have a very Cuphead themed art style because it's just rubber hose, and I was the character designer. And they're still using it, which is annoying because I don't get paid for it, and it is a lawsuit waiting to happen, and I'm just kind of just waiting. There's bad blood, but I'm not going to go into that. That's a whole other thing. This was a very fun animation that I had for college. This is one of my favorite posters I've ever made. Again, here's me holding it. So if you want cool posters of cool anime, let me know, because I have them. waiting to be sold. Dungeon Meshi is my favorite anime, if anyone was wondering. This is my favorite. I love drawing Dungeon Meshi. Some books I did the covers for. Sonic, Friends, just generic stuff for the game, etc., etc. Alright, what say we go back to the actual reason you're all here. Artwork. What am I going to do to draw my life? That's a great question. Probably never. The channel's not about me, guys. The channel is about Sonic. If I get really popular, then I'll probably do a draw my life. Sure, because I also like drawing. I love those YouTube videos. Totally right. But people don't watch my videos for me. They watch it for the Sonic stuff. And it's not like that hurts my feelings or anything. That's the point of the channel. I want to tell you about Sonic stuff. So I will probably not do a draw my life because it takes an inordinate amount of time to do one of those. Yeah, it takes a very, very long time to do one of those to an audience that's not really that big yet. We are almost at 2,000, which is really cool. But if we get 10 times that, 20,000, then I will start to consider doing a Draw My Life. Riftical Rex says, also have a bone to pick with Frontiers. We were told that the Chaos Emeralds are from the Ancients planet, but how can that be if the Master Emerald is on Earth? Well, Riftical Rex, that is a great question. If... It's a stupid question. No, it depends on where you're coming from. If you have watched the Sonic movies, and that's kind of all you know about the Sonic series, then I would understand why you might have that take, because the Master Emerald is made of the Chaos Emeralds. Not the case in regular canon. That is a movie thing only. The best way to think about it is each planet. Yeah. Each planet has its own set of rocks. Earth has the Master Emerald, which is the equivalent of 7, so yeah. Wherever the Ancients came from had the Chaos Emeralds. Little Planet has the Time Stones, etc., etc. Each planet has their own set of rocks, and that's kind of what they're doing. So, how can the Ancients have the Chaos Emeralds if the Master Emerald's on Earth? Because they're different things. They're just from different things. By chance. I mean, it's because obviously we have to tell a compelling narrative, but by chance, the Master Emerald has the exact opposite frequency of the Chaos Emeralds. Oh man, I thought I could get you. They're still really enjoyable videos. I still love them. I go back to some old videos I want to show them. Yeah, I'll make one in my life at some point. You have the same name as Wild, my friend. Kay Browning, are you still here? Yeah, so it's the polar opposite frequency, and that is why when they are put together, the Master Emerald nullifies the Chaos Emeralds. Yeah. That's that. I have the actual music playing in a different audio source. It goes to my headphones, so I don't hear it because the music will throw off my train of thought. Okay, let's keep working on Mr. Silver, shall we? So we're going to start using the airbrush. We're going to come in from the side here. Just brush down. I'm going to start edging. Oh God, let me not say that. Oh no. I didn't say that shit. You said that. You're crazy. Edging? Who's edging? Oh boy. Ooh, you know what? Let me do that, and then I can simply blur it out, and that'll soften it. There we go. There we go. Okay. Yeah, this is better. Much better. Oh shit. Much better. That is much better. I like that a lot. Okay. And then I can blur out you. Blur out you. Blur out you guys. Bam! Kabam! It's awesome. And I guess you can be blurred too. Blurred lines. What are we talking about? I was just saying, are you still here? You were saying, never knew it was a different frequency. The thing you forgot is that they can empower the Chaos Emeralds as well. No, they can't. No, it can't. No, it can't. Do you ever think we'll see more of the Babylons anytime soon? The only times they're up now is either the comics or spin-offs. Well, that depends on what you mean by Babylons. Do you mean the rogues? Or like the Babylons in history? Because the Babylonians in Sonic history, probably never again. Babylonian rogues... yeah, no, we see them all the time. What do you mean? They're an idea. I mean, comics or spin-offs. Well, yeah. But... it's because they're not main characters. Yes, they are in comics, IDW, they're in spin-offs, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I mean, they were referenced in Frontiers, right, but I think that's kind of the extent of what's going to happen. So, probably that. Probably not, like, in person in any mainline games. I have a good question. Are you going to San Diego Comic-Con, or will you go to the New York Comic-Con? I will go to Sonic Expo next year as a content creator. I won't go to Sonic Expo this year, unfortunately, as it is 3 months away. August, September, October, and then, yeah, and then quickly into November. So like 3.5 months. Let's say 4. The rest of July, the beginning of August. So 4 months from now. Sonic Expo. I unfortunately don't have the funds to go right now. And then on top of all that, they have closed their entry free. They have closed their entry for content creators. So I'm not going to be doing that. But I will be going next year. which will be better, I think, because I'll have more subscribers at that point. I'll have a bigger audience, so there will be more people who will actually want to see me there. Honestly, I love Ian Flynn writing better than any meta writing. No, not the best, but at least he's lovable, and it's better than nothing. I love Ian Flynn. I think Ian Flynn's the best writer by far. Not even close. I think Daniel Haynes? No. Daniel... Oh, no. Baines. Barnes? One of those two. I think it's Daniel Baines. He's the guy who wrote Scrapneck Island, and I also really like his writing. I think he's great. They gave Tales of Gun 10 out of 10. But Ian Flynn has been around since, you know, kind of earlier Archie. So has Tracy Yardley. That's why they go so well hand in hand. And I think the two of them are the definitive Sonic stories, with Ian's writing and Tracy's art. Can't get any better. Peak. I really like DG Min. I really like Tyson Hess. I think they're some of the best artists out there. And as good as they look, I just don't think they're the definitive. I still think definitively, if there had to be one, Tracy Yardley and Ian Flynn. But I love others too. Anyway, let me continue working on Silver here. We are adding a bit more to his hands. August or November next year? Okay, so that's a great question. I am not super sure whether or not I'll be going to the Dallas one or the Atlanta one. So I went to the very first Sonic Expo, so there wasn't an Atlanta one yet. I am interested in going to the Atlanta one. Because it's closer. Like, I wouldn't have to fly, right? If it's Dallas, I have to fly there, which is cool. I like the Dallas area. They have a Whataburger there. And really, unironically, they have a Whataburger and a Bass Pro Shop really close to the Sonic Expo, and when you get bored, you can just look at stuff, and it's just great time for sightseeing. I have a picture of my wife on my wall with, like, just decked in random Bass Pro Shop merch that we were just messing off with. It's very fun. But Atlanta is closer, and I can just drive there. So, I don't know. To answer your question, I'm not sure whether or not I'll be going to the August adventure, the August Atlanta one or the November Dallas one. That'll be a decision I'll make later, depending on who's going. But I will not be doing both. It'll be one or the other. They don't pay for your... They pay for your ticket. Ooh. Wait. Maybe. If you're a content creator, they'll pay for your ticket, but they won't pay for, like, the flight or room and board. So I'd still have to do that. So it's still like a big cut out of my budget. But we'll see. We'll see. Again, that's a decision I'll make later. So we'll find out. I love Ian Flynn. We said that. Blah, 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 blah. Bro's cooking. Maybe add some of a psychic aura for silver. I will. Yeah. We'll do that. Back. Hello, K Browning. Welcome back, bud. We're just kind of wrapping up here. Pretty soon. Wrapping up. Oh no, wait. Haha, never mind, it doesn't matter. I did something I thought was bad, but then it wasn't bad, so I don't care. I don't know why I have Pop Goes the Weasel stuck in my head, as if I was 3 years old, but I do. I didn't watch any horror movies lately, did I? No. I'm gonna dip now, see ya. Alright, adios. Artificial Rex. It was cool seeing you, man. Thanks for joining. If you want to come back another time, please do on Tuesday from 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Time, or Fridays from 2 to 5. I think next time we'll just do like kind of a generic art stream. It won't just be this, but a bunch of stuff. We go ahead and straight line this. Throw that down. Oh shit. Definitely darker, but it doesn't need to be that dark. Darker, yet darker. There we go. Now this can wrap around the bottom here. This one can do the same. Just kind of wraps around the bottom. It'll make that look good. It's coming in from the top, so this part's actually fine. Have that come in there. There we go. Very nice. Very nice. What did I miss? Nothing, K Browning. We've just been kind of continuing what we were doing before. Just doing stuff. Actually, let me do a kind of a glowing effect over everything here. We'll just make that kind of glow, which is lovely, I think. I love when stuff glows, so we're gonna have it just glow. Let me turn that off for the time being, though. Let me go here and make this white and really just jam that in. We've got 10 right here, just that one can be 20, honestly. Kind of jack that up, make it 20. There we go. Very nice. And then really I can blur that. There we go. That looks pretty. Look at that. I like that. Throw that sucker back on. Bam! Alright. Go here. Kind of crank that up and let's... So if it's glowing, then we need it to explain that around the side here. So we're going to have this inner wall brighter than everything else around it, because the orb is glowing. So there we go. Glowing orb. And now we can go ahead and make this stuff glow. It's also glowing. Let's see here. What are we missing? What are we missing? We're missing some gradients. Let's grab some gradients. Go ahead and just throw this down. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's give silver a gradient too, why don't we? Let's do this on a different layer though. Let's go ahead and grab all of his head. Layer 1, layer 2, go down a bit. That is his gradient there. Let's make it a little brighter, but not so much brighter. Go ahead and gradient it down. So it looks like that. Nah, a little darker. About like that. We can throw his shading back on. That looks good. That looks good. Do the same thing here. Bam. And then his face is very jaundiced, which I didn't intend. Oh snap. Is that a totally different color altogether? Oh! Oh no. Curses. That's kind of unintentional. Oof. Ouchie. Well, there's a lesson to be learned there. Don't color in on your shading layer. Whatever. So I can't really do a whole lot there, but it's fine. I don't know. I don't know, it looks good, Jet. Definitely add some minor things. Like his shoes upside down, so let's get the top of his boot here. I think one of my favorite things about the AI's interpretation of Silver is that Silver wears boots, but according to the AI, he doesn't. He just wears shoes. He's a normie Mobian. He wears normie shoes. Yeah. Alright, now let's go ahead and add in some highlights, and we're pretty much good to go. Oh, what the hell? Weird. I do not remember making that half opacity. Very odd. Let's go ahead and make his eyes glow too. Just because. I think I had that at 60. Yeah. Nah, it's whatever. Okay. I'm gonna throw another gradient onto this, so we'll make that a little darker. Yeah. Alright, and then the final thing that we're going to do is we're going to add in some highlights. So we're going to go around and just add white lines around Silver's head in the spots where he gets a lot of sun. So like here, he's really just soaking up those rays. We want to let that boy get his sunscreen in. So his sunscreen in. His tan. Because there's one thing Silver needs. It's melanin. Because if Sega likes doing one thing, it's removing melanin. I understand they're Japanese characters, but come on. Good, good. I am more than happy with this. If you were wondering, I take this long with each one of my thumbnails. But people tell me they really like the thumbnails, so I am more than happy to just keep putting in a lot of effort to these things. You have 77 subscribers now? What? Do I... What? What do you mean? I have, like... 200... Sorry. About 2,000 subscribers now. Oh, wait. What are you guys talking about? Oh. Browning. Okay. So I see. Give Silver some lip. Give that boy some lip. There we go. It's done, chat. It's pretty much done. There's nothing else we could add to it. It's peak. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, look at that. Look at that boy. He's done. Now what we can do, now is the fun part. Now is the really fun part. I'm thinking, because someone suggested this, we go in and we add his telekinesis effect. And it's goopy. If you're gonna make Silver's telekinesis, it's gotta be very goopy. I don't know why it's gotta be goopy, but in every version of it, it is. And now, just remove everything. Go in and grab a very, very light color underneath. Add that down. And then we just lower the hell out of the opacity till it looks kind of like that. And then bam! Sup, Louie? We're finishing in like 20 minutes, but yeah. Did not miss a thing. Yes, I would love to do. So we have other characters. There are more to do. Many more characters to do. I'm thinking... Let me... Hold on. Whoa. Darken versus multiply. I'm thinking multiply is better here. Yeah, a lot of this doesn't work. That's on top of white, but that's fine. So this is AI Silver. I will name him Sliver. there. Sliver. In a very broken text. Doodly doodly doo. Today's what? 7/18? Hell yeah. This is my signature, by the way. My name is Connor. Connor Cox. C-O-X. Yeah, it's good stuff. Now I'm thinking, give me just a second here, chat. Let me grab this color. Because it shouldn't really be seen here, I think. I think it should just go over it completely, like that. Yeah. Gilbert? I'm not naming him Gilbert, chat. Quick note in the Sonic Drift Storm thing I dropped earlier. Would you like me to send a link in the comments as soon as we finish the first demo? Yes, please. Louis, you can just go ahead and like DM me anything you have over on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. I would love to see your stuff. Absolutely. That sounds awesome. Yeah. Sick. Sick. I like him a lot. I think he's so cool, guys. Chat, I love this guy. My skin's coming off. I got eczema on my knuckles. Skin peels. Yuck. All right. Oh, that's awesome. That's so awesome, chat. She was like, I don't know about background. Because the AI has like a really grassy background for some reason. We could just give him a background. Let's... Oh, God, no, that's actually terrible. You know what? Ooh, whoa, hey, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Chat, you want to know a really great art tip I taught myself years ago? So whenever you're done with an art piece, you should check if you're actually done with the art piece. This looks finished. It looks great, I'd say. But I have this thing called the lime green wall. Just take your fill tool or shape tool or whatever and put down a giant lime green wall. Things should immediately stick out. If we look over here, we'll notice that his teeth were never filled in. And if we're gonna save this as a PNG, which I am, then anything transparent won't be safe. So we need to go in and fill in everything that's white, because you don't usually see that on a background. Everything else is fine. But those things, he could have had black teeth. We never would have known. There we go. Alright, fine. We're naming him Gilbert. What is he? He's not... I don't want to say the AI hedgehog because he's not AI. How do we address to an audience? Because I'm going to post this on YouTube when we're done. That he is not an AI hedgehog, but he was an Albert. But he was an AI. I guess I could just put in like bright red. Not AI hedgehog. That's sick. That's so cool. Yeah. Yep. Alright, chat. There's Gilbert. We're done. Behold. In all of its glory. Now... Okay, do you guys want to see the next character we can do? We have a choice. On Tuesday, we can either make another one of these, or we just do art requests. Because I could just draw like stupid doodles, or we can continue this. But before you answer that question, let me show you what character we would be doing. Because we do have the next character actually ready to show off. And you guys are gonna like it because Silver, we started with Silver because he at least looks like Silver. This next guy does not look like who he's supposed to be. So this would be our next project. Can someone from the class please raise your hand and tell me who they think the AI was trying to make? It's not Jet the Hawk. I'll cut that out of the way immediately. Who the heck is? Looks like Scourge. Not Scourge. Nope. This is supposed to be Espio. Which you'd never tell because he's green. You can kind of tell because there's a tail here. This is just a floating orb, actually. But it's supposed to be the chameleon tail. I have no idea how this is supposed to be Espio, but much like Gilbert, we get to name him whatever we want when we're done. So, If you guys want, we gotta do art requests where I draw silly doodles, or we could draw this guy and pose him however we'd like. What SBO? SBO's purple? SBO is purple. I don't know why bro is so green, but he is. So if you guys want to do that, let's do that. I am sending Gilbert to myself. The magic of email. Oh, hold on. I just realized if it's gonna be PNG, then you wouldn't be able to read any of the text we have here. So let me throw that down for a second. Yeah, so if I went ahead and did that, then you'd look at this and you wouldn't be able to read any of the text we have. It just pops up as not AI, which isn't what we want. So I am going to go ahead and throw down froze. Why'd it freeze? Hold on. Building is AU now from OCs. Oh no, did it break? At least I saved Gilbert. We saved Gilbert, guys. Well, I don't know why my Medibang paint broke, but it did. We'll have to come back for Gilbert later. I'll post what we have onto YouTube, and you guys can see all the hard work there. So go ahead and like that post when it comes out, too, because that'll tell YouTube, oh, I should share this with more people, and then it will, and we want that, because we want people to see Gilbert. By the way, I do have my own OC. For anyone who's wondered, he is real. He is a red panda. And his name is Bomb. He's not like Bean. He can't spawn bombs, but like he can control fire? I think. I don't know. I made it when I was in 5th grade. I have since graduated from college, so I haven't exactly used him. Hubba bubba bubba. Yeah, that's so weird. I don't know why Medibang is doing this. But, behold, Gilbert. He's great. That's fantastic. Green porcupine named Spiny with no powers. Louis, I have a picture of him. He's right here. That's Louis' OC, guys. We're going to draw Louis' OC next time. That's not Spiny. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's Spiny right there. I'm looking at him. Alright, chat. We got 5 lovely minutes left. What do you want to talk about? will give you only one of my OCs and that's it. They're, yo, a magpie? That's crazy and also really cool. I never hear about that. A magpie. Wow. That is really cool, actually. 10 out of 10. So here's a question for you. Did you make your OC before or after Sonic Forces came out? And I ask because a lot of people made their OC off of the Hedgehog engines, like the character creator that it has in Sonic Forces. And I'm interested how many people actually got to make new OCs off of that. You know, with that being its intended purpose and all. No, I saw. It'll link to a demo of Storm. It'll be sent to you by the lead dev Quartz. Please do. I'd love to see that. I really would. If you want notes from an artist, I'd be happy to give it, but I would also just be happy to look at it. Because that sounds super cool. I made my OCs after Forces, but I didn't use Sonic Forces. Instead, I used a game called Sonic Pulse on Roblox. Hell yeah. So I made... I've been on Roblox since like 2008. No, maybe 2009-ish. Very shortly after it came out. Like within the year. So I was there since beta. And I have seen almost every Sonic game that has ever come out on there. And there are some that don't exist anymore that are like better than anything that has ever been made. There's like kind of a salvaged version of it currently on Roblox, but it is a, oh my god, I think it's like no, it's not just Sonic 06. It was just a bunch of Sonic maps made into Roblox with a custom parkour engine that was really, really advanced for its time. And it had remixed versions of every stage. And I remember its Kingdom Valley being crazy good. And it's gone. It was deleted. And it sucks. The only thing that's still there is the first level, I think. Maybe even just the second level for some reason. But, yeah. Anyway, guys, it was really cool having you here. I'm gonna cut the stream now. I'm going to go ahead and post that online, so you'll see that in about 10 minutes. And I will see you all on Tuesday. Alright. I'll see you again on Tuesday. Yeah.